Hello everyone, Charles Walhingford back again with another cigar video, and this is the best cigars I've had in 2020. Yeah, the cigars I've had in 2020, they're not the best cigars or some way that a Cigar Aficionado, the magazine, they rate really weird. I don't understand how they do it, but these are cigars that I had this year. Now, most of these aren't new cigars. They are cigars that I had for the first time. So don't expect to see any of these new boutique brands coming out that, or for the most part, on here. I have some smaller brands too, but a lot of them are the heavy hitters that you've heard of before. All right, let's go ahead and get started with number 10, and that is the Tejamo Grand Reserve. Tejamo is an old company, but a lot of people overlook Tejamo, partly because they deserve it. A lot of times their offerings are ho-hum. This one is actually pretty damn good, and I would say that this is an aged cigar. Most of the cigars you're gonna have on here are aged. When I had it and smoked it, I definitely could tell that it had been aged. This is better than any other Tejamo I've ever had. That's not saying much for a lot of you, but it is really still a real good one. I found this in Mexico. I was in Mexico. I will have a video out about that, just a room review that I stayed, but I stayed in a really, really nice resort called Hotel Escaret, and they actually sold these in the resort. It made that trip so nice, and then every time I smoke this, I get to remember and reminisce about a really good vacation. You make sure you do that when you go on your vacations too. Next up, number nine. Number 9 is the Lord Calvert. Lord Calvert is, this is a sneaky cigar, because this actually was blended by the master blenders of Davidoff and constructed in the Davidoff factories. So what do you have? You have a Davidoff, but you don't have Davidoff prices. Unfortunately, I do have to tell you that they do not make these. They're not making these anymore. I'm not, possibly by the time you watch this video, they still have a little bit left. But if you go on Davidoff's website, which is known as Castro Brothers, either Castro Brothers or Davidoff's website, you'll possibly be able to buy the last couple boxes of these. If you like Davidoff, you will like these. All right, number 8. Yes, number 8. Now, I never thought I would ever come on these videos and tell you, I think this might be the first or second time in all the time I've done these videos where I featured Gurkha. Gurkha seems like they don't want to produce great cigars for the most part. A lot of their cigars are ho-hum. A lot of their cigars taste exactly the same with a crazy brand new name. And they don't have much expression to them. When I was trying to figure out what is different about this cigar, it seems like it's not a Gurkha. It seems like Gurkha kidnapped somebody from Caldwell or something and made them blend a cigar. Telling you, that's what it tastes like to me. And this Gurkha Cellar Reserve 15-year Limitada, fantastic, guys. Who knew? Number 7 is the Vintage Cameroon by H. Upmann. I don't really care. I really don't care to smoke and purchase cigars that share the same name as a Cuban company. To me, they always just don't like that. They just don't do it. They just don't do it. They try too hard and they go in the wrong direction. And this cigar is one of the few cigars that's not an already aged cigar. I don't like new cigars. And this is one of the few that is actually a newer cigar, and it tastes like it has some age to it. I know it doesn't, but it tastes like it has some age to it because of how harsh it's not. a lot of new cigars are harsh, and this is not. But this cigar probably is going to be even better because of this cedar sheet over top. That will impart some flavor. This cigar and his brothers and sisters, because I bought a whole box of them after I had my first one. After I had my first one, I bought a whole box of them. But this will sit away for quite some time, and this is going to be a really good cigar in a couple of years. Now let's go to a cigar that is really good right now, and that is the D8. The D8 by Vegas Day Santiago. Vegas Day Santiago is out of Costa Rica. I was looking for something else, and I found this, and I found this company, and I actually did a good video on it. I'm gonna say good video because I made it. I did a video on it, and there was a sampler pack, and that sampler, this was the best one in that sampler. And I had some pretty good cigars. Some of them weren't so good, but this was the best one, and it's one of the best cigars I had in 2020. I even plan to do. Now, I haven't done a pairing video yet. I will have a pairing video for this, and I can't wait to put this out. One day, this will be a big-time company. At least I hope so. All right, let's go with the top 5, and we're going with Micallef. Micallef, Gomez, Sanchez, and this is a perfect example. The Leyenda, this is a perfect example of watching other people's videos and saying, okay, now, I was watching Ron Real's video, and I can't remember who else, but they loved this cigar, and I said, yes, I'm going to have to try that cigar. Now, I'm definitely going to have to do a pairing with this one. This is a monster right here, guys. Now, this could have been the best, but it's a little bit too young, even though it's still 3 years old. This is aged for 3 years before it comes to you. But I would like to see a little bit more age to this cigar, especially in this cedar coffin. That's going to impart some really, really nice flavor. Really nice flavor in time. And this very well could be one of the best cigars I've ever had. The way it opened up in front of me when I first had it, I was like, oh, this has some potential. But it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. At least not yet. All right, now we're getting close, and if I'm going to have a really good cigar, for those of you who are not familiar with it, I'm going to keep talking about them and talking about them and talking about them, and that's Paul Garmarian. Paul Garmarian, guys, for those of you who are sleeping on Paul Garmarian, it's okay, because that's what Paul Garmarian wants. They want you to sleep on them. They want you to not pay attention, because Paul Garmarian is only for experts. Only for the ones who only care about a really good cigar. They're not worried about flashiness, not worried about showing off. They're just really, really good cigars. And then they put it in a Maduro, and it's fantastic, guys. Fantastic. I love this cigar. Oh, I thought I liked the other Paul Garmarians, like the 15th anniversary, the Gourmet Series and Lancero. I thought those were the best of all. No. This one, the Maduro, Paul Garmarian Gourmet Series Maduro. All right, going to the top 3, and again, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Another Gurkha. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say, but I can't apologize. This one was better than the other one, and you see it's in my top 3. You're just going to have to try it and trust me. You're just going to have to try it and trust me. And the funny thing about it is, this Gurkha Cellar Reserve, the 12-year, this is the 12-year, costs less than all the other Cellar Reserves, and this is the best one. This was blended, again, I don't know who's doing it, but they obviously don't work for Gurkha, because they're doing something outside the box that Gurkha just can't figure out. Well, if they did, congratulations. But I don't know what else to say. This was an absolute crazy surprise. I was not expecting this. I was working in Titan Cigar, and my manager said, You got to try this one. I was like, okay. So happy she told me. So, Gurkha Cellar Reserve, 12-year. Natasha, thank you. All right. This is number 2. Almost number 1. Almost number 1. If you like strong, hearty, deep, rich Nicaraguan cigars, don't try this cigar. This is not it. If you're that kind of person, you probably won't like this cigar because this is absolutely not your style. I like all cigars, but I know what kind of people actually tend to gravitate to certain cigars, and you may not agree with me at all with this one, but for those of you who love a good Dominican and actually love a good Cuban, this may be for those Cuban just loyalists, those Cuban loyalists that won't smoke anything else. I think this might be your cigar you can smoke in secret and not tell anybody. This one, yeah, it's that style. It's that style of cigar. However, this may be difficult to find. I haven't seen them in many places, and when I go online, they're sold out everywhere. So if you see it, go ahead and buy it. Trust me. They don't come in many larger sizes, but I think that's because they want to stick to tradition. But this Arturo Fuente, if I didn't say it, I didn't even say, did I say it yet? No, I didn't even tell you. It's Arturo Fuente Casa Cuba. Arturo Fuente Casa Cuba. This one, I don't know if I like sharing this one, honestly. I really don't. It's not last but not least, because this is the best. This is the best cigar I've had all year long. And one of the best cigars I've ever had. Added to that, I know this cigar would be one that a lot of people won't be able to try because of certain circumstances, because of that price. The price point for this cigar, if you're not familiar with Bryon, it's not, they're never on sale, they're never at a discount, and they're upwards of $35 or more dollars. This one was $38. And I would like to tell you it's not worth $38, but I can't. It's actually every bit worth $38. Sure, you might be able to buy a box of them of 800 and save some money. I mean, at $800 you could save some money, but I don't know what to tell you. But this was one of the best cigars I've ever had, and the best cigar I had in 2020. Smooth, but deep and rich. What a combination. It was like the Garmarian Maduro, because this is the I'm not mentioning names. This is the Bryon Gran Poemas in Maduro. Now, back to what I was saying. If this Garmarian was on steroids, this is what this cigar, this is the result. This is the result. It's deeper, it's richer, it's smoother, it's tastier. It's everything you want. And trust me, guys, this will not get shared. You have to buy your own. Sorry. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope this helped you out for your future purchases of cigars. And trust me, this whole top 10 are definitely worth checking out. The top 5, no question, are box worthy. Not sure if you're going to spend the upwards of $800 on a Bryon box. If you can, you should. You absolutely should. I'm Charles Walhingford, and those cigars are how I would spend my money.